Welcome to the Pandemonium Witches podcast, where the ADHD has just a touch of autism, where the true crime is as scary as the hauntings and unsolved cases. But the hosts never stay on topic for long. I'm Cat.
I'm Rachel.
I'm Em.
And I'm Meg.
Keep your arms, legs, and other extremities in the vehicle at all times, and enjoy the show. Good morning.
Well, hello.
It's just us chickens today.
It's just us chickies.
Chicka. I think we're only going to do one more week of the States. Do 4 more episodes and then go back to our regularly scheduled spooky content. What do you think?
That works for me. And then we'll finish States another time?
Yeah, we'll do States another time.
Yeah. Okay, that sounds good to me.
I'm
cool with it.
Do you
That
want...
gives me, we can have time to do the things.
Right. So I have a pretty fun state today, but
a fun state, a state of fun.
Yes. So you had Arkansas. I have Kansas. Hey. I know. Kansas isn't super haunted, but it's pretty spooky.
I mean, I feel like it depends on your level of haunt resistance, right?
Yes.
Like, it's kind of like being able to eat spicy shit.
Right.
Like, somebody's Cool Ranch Dorito is going to be super spicy to somebody who's never tasted an herb before. So if you've never been in a spooky thing before, maybe Kansas is your Cool Ranch Dorito.
Oh my god. I hate Cool Ranch Doritos.
I'm not a Dorito fan. Actually, I lied to you. So I'll do like a regular Dorito if it is forced upon me, but I will never choose a regular Dorito. Does that make sense? I'll never choose Doritos, but I will eat them if they exist.
The nacho cheese Doritos, the original Doritos.
Yes. Sorry. There were 4-legged creatures that needed to escape. God, that sounded ominous. I'm just talking about dogs.
We're not, this isn't, people walking on all fours. This isn't that kind of podcast.
Oh, no, that's the like ghost pepper of spicy. That is no Cool Ranch Dorito. Ain't nothing cool about that Dorito.
Seriously. So we're talking about Kansas, which its capital is Topeka.
I do love that word.
Topeka.
It's like you can't say it without smiling.
I mean, that's M with Walla Walla.
There you go.
I love it. They have 2.93 million people as of 2022. It's a nice, cool milli.
Mills.
Their state flower is my favorite flower, the wild sunflower.
Oh, I have a sunflower on my leg. It's ink.
I love it. I mean,
Wait. Yeah, I do.
Inspecting tattoos. Let me just...
I was like, wait a minute, that's a sunflower, right? Yeah, that's a sunflower.
Their state bird is a western meadowlark, and their motto is Ad Astra per Aspera. Do you know what that means in Latin?
It's not one of my 7 languages, no.
Through hardships to the stars.
Oh.
It's very sweet.
That is very sweet.
It's like, what hardships?
Well, it's Kansas.
All right, Dorothy, you ready to get started?
I am. There's no place like home.
The first people
She was hungry.
All she wanted was a sandwich. So the first people that settled in what's now Kansas was at least 12,200 years ago. Yeah.
That's so long.
That makes it so old. Um,
It doesn't make me feel so bad about my 20-year high school reunion. So thank you for that.
you're welcome. I got invited to that not that long ago, and I declined.
We didn't have one, or I missed it. Whatever. I live across the town. Like I could see the high school from my house, so I'm good.
I got an email from classmates.com.
Nobody asked me.
Right.
Yeah, I'm fine.
Archaeologists found the bones of mammoths and other animals with markings from human tools on them, a sign that humans had hunted the creatures.
There you go.
Thousands of years later, Native American tribes, including the Kansa, Osage, Pawnee, Kawa, and the Comanche, lived on this land.
Nice. So we went from caveman gotta eat to like actual native humans. We like
Right. The first Spanish explorer, Francisco Vasquez de Coronado.
that. Francisco, that's fun to say. Sorry, elf reference.
Go. No, it's fine. He came in 1541 looking for cities made of gold that were rumored to exist, which was the Aztec exhibition. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Looking for gold, yeah.
Also, like, leave them alone.
Fun fact, he didn't find any.
I was like, it's Kansas. They ain't no gold there.
Right.
There's mammoths. You can have a mammoth or you can have gold. I'm sorry, you will only find one.
Let's see here. 1803, the Louisiana Purchase. United States bought the land of Kansas. In 1854, tension rose when the Kansas-Nebraska Act was passed. Not the ass, we're not talking about that
The
kind of show.
Kansas-Nebraska ass, that's on big ass. She thick with 2 C's.
The tension helped lead the Civil War in 1861, the same year that Kansas became a state. Kansas name comes from the Kansa Native American tribe, which means people of the South Wind.
That makes sense.
Yes. Today, some Kansans, Kansasans,
Kansians? Kansa natives. I don't know.
call themselves jaywalkers. Not
My kids are
jaywalkers.
obsessed with jaywalking.
Jayhawkers.
Oh, I was like, my kids are obsessed with jaywalking. Every time we're in a parking lot, they're like, are we jaywalking? I'm like, y'all, it's a parking lot. No. Have you ever jaywalked before? Yes. Well, did you get caught? No.
No.
It's
Right.
like quicksand. I would assume jaywalking would be a bigger thing in my life, and apparently that continues.
Before the Civil War, the term Jayhawk referred to Kansan bands of robbers.
Oh.
But once the war
Good
started,
bad guys.
right. But once the war started, many of the Jayhawkers enlisted to fight in support of the Union in the North and the abolitionist slavery. Abolition. What the fuck?
Abolition. We're cool. We'll take it.
We were talking about Appalachian.
Right. So we have a lot of things going on.
Right. The Kansas nicknamed the Sunflower State. We love that. Comes from the fields of sunflowers that bloom here. These flowers are grown for their seeds and oil. That's the main manufacturing plants in Kansas are for sunflower seeds and for sunflower oil.
Did you know that if a sunflower can't find the sun, they turn towards each other?
Yes.
I love that.
Why
I'm
do
so
you think
happy.
I love them so much? I do. I also like mums.
Ooh, mum's the word.
They're huge. They're giant. They look like Leia buns.
Oh, I thought it was a cinnamon bun. My brain went different places. I was like, oh, I like cinnamon. That is not what you said.
I would love a cinnamon bun right now.
Good Lord.
I always like to talk about famous things that the states are known for. Amelia Earhart, Aaron Brockovich, Vivian Vance, who played Ethel on I Love Lucy.
Yes. And I liked her. She was one of my favorites.
She was mine too. She was sassy.
Right?
Yes.
She had sass.
Yeah.
I'm like, I liked her brand. Which sounds like a weird thing to say.
No.
I need to work on my words.
The Wizard of Oz. Charlie Parker, the saxophonist.
Ooh.
And 4 different U.S. presidents have dined 8 at the original Arthur Brandt's barbecue.
Nice.
Last known fact is some inventions and what it's famously known for. So inventions that were made here were the icy or the Slurpee, the integrated circuit, forerunner of the microchip, hamburgers
Right.
and pizza for the masses.
Oh.
Prepackaged hamburgers and pizza.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Planes and Coleman camping equipment.
That's good stuff.
Yeah. It is also
I have a
known.
Coleman tent.
I have one, but it's at Emily's house.
No, I have a couple things, which is rare because I don't camp. I'll think about camping. I want to go camping, but I'm
Mhm.
more of a glamper.
I like camping. I like the smell of the wood fire and all that.
Yeah, I
I
like
don't
all that
like
part, but also
bugs.
put me in a trailer.
Right.
Like, let me camp in one of those. I want something that has the semblance of a bed that won't maybe deflate while I'm sleeping on it.
This is a fact you're gonna hate.
Oh, already?
Kansas City is known as the haunted house capital of the world, and thanks to its pioneering in its open format, brave visitors are asked to roam without following a predestined path.
So what you're telling me is that I now have to research and make my own path because we have to have a plan.
Yes,
The only thing that we willy-nilly is Target.
correct.
Great, thanks. I do hate it.
You hate it?
Striking Kansas off the guided tour list because there isn't one.
So, do you want to know some spooky shit?
Yes, I would like to know Scoopy shit. I
Scooby,
can't. I
Scooby.
quit.
Do you need more? Do you need more
Scoopy shit.
caffeine?
Probably.
Do you want to take a break so you
This
can get
thing,
some?
no, because it's just gonna smell bad. It's fine.
Okay. Well, the first off we got is the Beaumont Hotel, located in Beaumont, Kansas, for its namesake.
Fair.
Built in 1879 to serve originally as a stagecoach stop for passengers who were traveling between Wichita and Fredonia.
Ooh,
That's a
where's
fun
that?
name.
Right,
Fredonia.
I'm like, where's Fredonia? It sounds like somewhere in like Greece.
It sounds like a made up city for like Dungeons and Dragons. Welcome to
Mm,
Fredonia.
right? I want to be a Dungeons and Dragons like um what the fuck is it called?
A
A
dungeon
DM.
master.
I
Yeah,
don't know what I'm.
a
Yeah,
dungeon master.
it's a secret dream that's no longer a secret because I said it out loud. But I also don't know what I'm doing. So I feel like the storytelling would be super fun. I would love that. But it also might. I need to talk to my therapist. That might be something about control.
Well, I play D&D with my husband. We love it. Um, so when aviation became more popular, an airstrip was built, and passengers would take a break mid-flight at this inn.
Oh, cool.
Back when it was an inn, so this is pre-hotel.
Ah,
At one time, Beaumont was a brothel.
naturally.
Local legend states that one of the married women who worked there fell in love with a regular customer, and her enraged husband turned up one day and murdered her wife's lover.
Where the fuck
Lover.
was he that he didn't know she was working there?
Well, I mean, this is back at the time where it was okay, but, okay to be a prostitute. It was a thing.
I don't know that that was a fact in my brain.
Ah, well, it's a fact in mine.
But also,
The more
like,
you know.
why?
Well,
If you know that that's what she's doing and you blessed it because she's bringing home
the
several
bacon.
forms of bacon, like, uh, uh, I have questions.
Right.
I have questions.
I know. So, his name is Zeke, and the ghost still
Naturally.
haunts the hotel.
Zeke
Um,
is the Chad bro. The Chad bro of the whatever time period that was.
um,
Damn it, Zeke.
Staff and guests alike have reported to seeing a translucent figure of a cowboy at the top of the stairs. He's a little mischievous.
Howdy, ma'am.
Yep. Zeke's ghost has a penchant for moving chairs and placing them behind doors so guests struggle to open the doors.
Oh, a slightly malevolent
Malevolent.
slightly malevolent prank that I hate. Don't keep me in a room I don't want to be in anymore.
Do you want to hear
It's
the
like my
most common?
fear. No, but tell me anyway.
The clock radios in the bedrooms.
What?
Every so often, every single one of them will go off at the same time daily, especially between 2 and 3 a.m.
Oh, naturally. Fucking 2 and 3. Y'all, couldn't you pick? There are working people around here. Pick 3 p.m. It's still a 3. Y'all are dead. It doesn't matter. You don't have to go to clock in somewhere. 3 p.m.
3
Petition to
p.m.
change it because 3 a.m. is what I tell you. My daughter showed up at 3 a.m. this morning. She almost became an apparition because that scared the shit out of me.
I mean, a child sitting at the edge of your bed or like right in front of your face will always be
Just
terrifying.
breathing.
Yes.
Oh, God. The live ones are the worst.
Raven's done that to me. Emily's
Oh,
daughter,
thank you.
I
Yeah,
fell
and they
asleep.
just stand there and stare at you.
Right. We were outside, we were playing, we were having a great time. Kids are in the pool. I came inside because I'm getting, sun heat. I'm getting tired. I wake up. This child is this close to my face, and she goes,
Right, just that close to my face.
I couldn't tell if you were alive. And I was like,
What do you mean? This is what sleep looks like, my dear.
because I stop breathing in my sleep sometimes.
No, don't do that.
I don't mean to. It's not like I was planning on it.
Fine.
So the Beaumont is now a unique hotel that has been restored and upgraded with private baths, deluxe rooms, and fancy suites. It is also reputed to be one of the most haunted places in Kansas.
Great.
It's filled with photography, vintage plane advertisements attesting to the long-time popularity amongst private pilots, motorcyclists, and classic car enthusiasts.
Ah, so them's got monies.
Yes, as well as Western history buffs.
Ooh.
We love
We
that.
like history.
Yes. The
We
staff
do.
is knowledgeable and helpful and caters to ghost hunters, ranchers, and family travelers,
Fair. All right.
as well as regular hunters, because believe it or not, there is a large hunting population in Kansas.
Oh. I'm not a hunter, so that's not a thing that I know. I don't hunt. I don't fish.
Well, I've tried to fish once, but I don't remember it.
Oh, I've fished before. I like the idea of fishing, but I also like the idea of both my feet on land and not having to take a worm onto a hook.
True, very true. Guests who stay at the hotel can eat in a vintage 50s style cafe or in the more formal dining room with a spectacular view of the Elk River Wind Farm, which has over
Ooh.
100 wind turbines placed at the highest point of the Flint Hills.
Okay, that's cool.
It produces clean electricity for 42,000 homes.
Nice.
We love that.
We do love that.
It's a perfect hotel weekend getaway and strategic stopover on a cross-country hop, which is true. As somebody who has gone cross-country, I did not stay there. However, did I want to? Yes.
Indeed.
You've heard of this place, this next place we're going on to, Drury Plaza Hotel.
Ooh, love the name.
So it's I know you know the name, the Drury Plaza, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
It's located in Wichita, steeped in history. Reported several supernatural occurrences from objects moving on their own, unexplained whispers in the night, and disembodied footsteps.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. We're whispering now?
Yes, while they're asleep.
Oh, ew. That sounds worse than voices. The fact of, no. Okay. No. Don't get that fucking close to me. Just don't. Just talk to me from across the room.
Right.
Look, if your body's going to be disvoiced, if your voice is going to be disembodied, don't make it also a whisper.
No, absolutely not. Hate it. Thanks.
I would prefer you to whisper with as an apparition, just because then at least I know where you are and can scoot my personal bubble a little bit farther.
Frank has only done that once, and when he did, I removed him from the house, and he wasn't able to come back for 5 days.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sucker punch to the spirit gut.
Yeah, I did. The Eva C. Cray historical home. It supposedly was built on the city's first cemetery. The bodies are still there. They have not been unearthed. It is another home that is most famous in Atchison. Okay. It is open for guided public tours, and it's really neat to walk through.
I'm sorry. Who said neat? Who used that as the adjective?
Me.
No. It's really freaked to walk through, not neat.
So I know we do one big thing at the end, so I'm going to save my big bit for the end.
Perfect.
Hutchinson Public Library.
A library. We love a library.
We love
Don't
libraries.
tell me it's ruined.
This is not an episode of Ghostbusters, but it should be. Do you want to know why?
No!
Yes.
Because the books fly off and read themselves.
The library has been open and operating since 1901 and is apparently haunted by the spirit of a former librarian named Ida Day. That's a cool name.
That's a great name.
I love it.
Ida Day is a great name. And for a librarian.
I know.
Like,
but it gets
Miss
better.
Ida, Miss Day.
It gets better.
Miss Ida.
While
Don't tell me she was murdered there.
No. She loves it there.
Oh.
While alive, Ida was known to be stoic and serious at all times. To the intents and purposes, it seems that she has a stereotypical strict librarian style. Yes, it seems as though Ida has taken her old habits to the grave. She is frequently seen in the basement of the library. Do you remember Ghostbusters in the basement with the card stacks?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Most of the time she is seen as a shadowy figure, or people hear phantom footsteps and feel cold spots. I love that mug. Is that a sloth?
It is a sloth that says slow down.
I love sloths. Right? Okay, I have to rate them penguin, elephants, and then sloths.
I love that.
Those
sharks are at the top of mine.
Oh, sharks are great.
But sloths, I used to do, every time we had to make a diorama for school, because we remember dioramas. They don't make those anymore. Mine always, and it had to be an animal. Mine was always a sloth.
I love that. It's fabulous. However, on one particular occasion, the new librarian claims that she was confronted by a stern old lady who emerged from the shadows under the stairs. When she responded to the woman's questions, she simply dissolved into the dark. Process that.
No. So this woman comes up and basically accosts you about your job.
Yes.
And then as you give her the answers because you know what you're doing, she's like, fine.
And then leaves.
And just dissolves. Doesn't even have the decency to walk back to the shadows. Just disapparates.
Yeah. Disapparates.
I think that's also called disappears. Whatever.
Yes.
It's fine.
Yes. Apparates is Harry Potter. I was watching that yesterday.
Is that a Harry Potter word?
Yeah, disapparate. Yeah.
Is that a Harry Potter word?
Yeah.
I've never actually seen all the Harry Potter, so I don't know.
That's okay. It's all right. They're making it into a TV show, so it'll be even better because my favorite character is going to be in it from the book.
Which one?
Peeves.
Oh, okay.
Fair. I love a good Peeves.
Yeah.
So, for the most part, Ida is stern but harmless. She is sometimes seen sorting through books or browsing the racks, but not actually bothering anyone.
Okay, that's fine. She can stay.
Right. The Leavenworth local hotel, located in, obviously, Leavenworth, formerly...
Sounds like they serve liver for dinner.
They don't. However...
The Leavenworth liver. It's a special on Tuesdays.
However, it says one thing that both of us hate, and that would be nuns.
Okay.
You
Dead
ready?
nuns?
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm not ready. Why do you ask that? Like I'm ever going to say yes?
Because I know you're never going to say it.
For future reference, the answer is no.
So,
I may be here of my own free will, but damn, I'm not ready.
Formerly the Catholic Immaculata High School, built in 1923. The Leavenworth Local Hotel is now a beautiful boutique hotel with rich history and a haunting past. I see your face and I'm just going to keep going. Well, we
I
did.
also think I'm gonna name a cat Immaculata someday. I'm allergic to cats, but if I ever have one, her name's gonna be Immaculata. Continue.
However, people don't experience a lot of hauntings when staying here. Hotel staff members have told us about some of their experiencing seeing a little gold ghost and the spirit of former nuns. I have a little bolded thing that says, why does it always have to be the Catholics and nuns?
Also, like, shouldn't y'all be in heaven? Don't you have other things to do? Why are you here?
The rapture already happened. The rapture called. You missed it.
Also, did you not do enough Hail Marys? Hail Marys?
Yes, Hail Marys.
Rosaries?
Mm-hmm.
God damn it, I'm so bad at this.
It's okay. I am a converted Catholic, so you're fine.
I'm the daughter of a converted Catholic, which means I know nothing.
I know too much. So not only are the rooms unique and beautiful, but the Leavenworth local also has a pickleball court, a gymnasium, and a cute little breakfast bar area. I didn't know what pickleball was until I.
What?
Yeah,
pickleball's like a big thing right now. Like people are pickleballing everywhere.
I know.
Pickleballers.
There are pickleballers. The rooms are very clean, very dark at night, and the bedding is completely luxurious.
I feel like if you're on a pickleball team, you need to be named Relish. It's just a missed opportunity otherwise.
The Relish Rockets.
Right?
That'd be wonderful. There you go. There's your name if you guys are listening and you have a pickleball team.
The Bread and Butter Boys.
Ooh, love that.
Right?
The Spicy Spears.
There you go. A big deal.
The next one we have is the Meg and Cat Villa. It's located in Atchison. It's also noted as one of the most haunted houses in Kansas. What is Kanjan?
I don't know, but I like it.
Imagine that. It's another haunted house.
Oh, weird. All the houses is haunted.
Known for its elegant architecture and its share of supernatural happenings. This beautiful home is also on the National Register for Historic Places.
Ooh, I would need to find that registrar thing. I need to find that list, and I want to do a tour of that, like when I retire someday. Just like visit all the historical places that I like.
One of my friends is doing that because she just retired. She was a doctor for God knows how many years, and she's doing that. Her husband just passed away. She just retired, and she's taking an RV cross country.
Good for her. I'm sorry for her loss, but good for her.
Oh no, she hated him, so it's great.
Okay, well, good for her.
Leslie,
and I'm no longer sorry.
Dr. Leslie, if you're listening, congratulations. Have fun.
Way to go, Doc.
Local legend states that it has the former owner, Nellie McIntyre, haunting the house and lingering long after she's gone.
Oh, Nellie.
Hello, Nellie. Visitors have experienced...
Whoa, Nellie.
cold spots, flickering lights, and the unexplained feeling of being watched. Peepholes.
I can't do that.
Hold on, I gotta take off my glasses to do that.
God, I'm so glad we don't do a video podcast yet.
Next year. The house is believed to have been used for funeral cemeteries or ceremonies.
We are burying people in the floorboards.
Where the dead
Mind
would be.
the gap.
So, mind the gap. You know where they used to have mourning rooms?
Yes.
This house had mourning rooms.
Like MOURN, mourning?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Where the dead would be laid out for viewing in one of the great rooms. This is where there is such a high concentration of spirits and activity.
I don't want to hang out while people are looking at my dead body.
Right.
I don't want to know who comes to see me.
The previous owners were so terrified of what could happen in this house that they kept the house off limits to everyone.
We own this, but don't come here.
Right.
Do not enter.
The people of Atchison were aware of this house and all that went on inside, and the current owners are happy to share it with them and all who wish to explore the paranormal.
No.
Because,
so we have two brands.
Right. So, it was like the original owner of the Winchester Mystery House for me, like, because that's what I grew up with, that, they originally didn't let people into the house. And then later a preservation company came through, preserved the house back to its original architecture. And now they lead tours. So many.
Yeah.
The villa is open to ghost hunters, paranormal investigators, or curious people who just want to see if they can hear the strange noises or see the strange lights.
I feel like when you look for trouble, you find it.
Right.
So, like, be so careful.
And how about no?
How about you just leave well enough alone? I love that I am so anti, like, hey, leave the dead alone, but yet we do this podcast. Like, also leave them alone, but here's the story about all the horrible things that happened.
Well, here's a fact that you're going to hate me for. This is a home that you can actually stay overnight in. Many overnight...
The you is not the French you, because it's not the we. It ain't me.
Many overnight guests report witnessing spirits and weirdness when they stay at the villa. There are
Imagine being a dead person. Wait, imagine being a dead person and like having people come in and being like, God, I'm on duty again. I've got room 103. You take 107. I'll be back here for coffee after. Like, what shift you on tonight? Can you imagine?
They're
still
just
working in death.
Ugh. There are 4 floors to explore, and if you're brave enough, you can stay overnight at the house. It costs $400 per night for up to 10 people to stay at the villa.
Also, not brave enough, so scratch that for me.
You have to bring your own bedding, though, because you cannot sleep inside the beds.
What?
The beds?
I have to pay $400 a night to sleep on the floor?
You can sleep on top of them. You can't sleep in them. Because the original the original linens from the house in the 1800s
are still on the beds.
Mm-hmm.
Why are we leaving the original linens on?
If somebody from Kansas can please let me know, because this is the notes that I found, is that the original linens from the 1800s, they found vintage linens, are on the bed.
Ma'am, that's not vintage. That's ancient.
Right. But...
And so I have to bring my own stuff, but I can't take the other linens off. So I'm sleeping upon the stuff that people died and were mourning in?
Mm-hmm.
Or being mourned in?
Mm-hmm.
Ma'am!
Yeah, I know. There's more.
There's not enough laundry detergent to help me with that post-sleep. And who's sleeping?
But there's more.
God, I have so many problems with this. I'm outraged.
There's an attic and a basement.
Oh, fuck, of course there is. Of course. And you can go up there, but you can't sit in any of the chairs because somebody else's butt sweat's been on it from the 1800s.
No, you can try to enter the attic. However, there is a bad spirit that is known to live up there.
All right, well, Professor Buttsweat needs to get his act together because we are renting this place out.
And if you dare to enter the basement, you'll find out the reason why so many owners refuse to go down there.
No, I won't, because I don't need to open that door. I'm sorry, which is the basement door? Great. Do we have a crowbar? I can just stick across that so it doesn't open? Is there a lock?
Yeah. Well, we have something that's a little bit better.
Is it?
Yes.
Is there a little bit something lighter? Because that was horrible.
Yeah, we got something lighter. Okay, you ready?
Again, no, but go for it.
We have the Midland Railroad Hotel. It was built in 1899. There are 28 guest rooms on 3 levels, and they're all renovated during a 6-year, $3.2 multi-million-dollar renovation.
Ooh.
It is small, but comfortable.
And expensive.
Yes. There is a ghostly reputation. However, they are all fun.
Fabulous. I'll go there.
Okay.
Do I have to bring my own bedding?
No. Okay.
Is there a butt sweat boogeyman?
No butt sweat boogeyman, but there is a little girl jumping on beds. She likes to have fun and play hide and go seek.
Oh, I love hide and go seek.
I love it. According to an article, Main Street, Kansas, there is not a single hotel employee who hasn't seen or felt something at this hotel, but it has all been fun. It hasn't been anything bad.
Fabulous.
The most haunted floor, supposedly, is the third floor, but many guests don't actually notice anything out of the ordinary.
Okay.
So.
We'll take it. Why is it always the third floor?
I don't know. Maybe because that's, okay, this is morbid. The third floor is the highest up you can go to jump and actually die. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Took a turn.
Yeah. Sorry.
No.
It's embedded in the brain because, the more you know.
Great.
Yeah, thanks. I always stay on the first to the second floor. I never stay above that. Just in case there's a fire.
Okay, fair enough.
Mm-hmm. Molly's Hollow, located in Atchison, also.
Hey, Molly.
Hey, Molly.
Wait, do we like Molly?
We do. We like her. We don't like what happened to her.
Okay. Well, Molly, I'm sorry for your loss of yourself.
Although the hollow was filled by a local foundry in the 1980s, the legend still exists to this day. The hollow was originally a meadow. A hollow, as it were.
It should have been Molly's meadow.
I know, but it was not, unfortunately. Legend recalls that Molly was a slave woman and her, I hate this word, owner. I don't want to say the other because that's...
Yeah, that's worse too.
Was a little bit too affectionate for the liking of the local women, and they ended up forming a lynch mob and hanging Molly in an old tree. And said it was her fault. So, in the modern version of this quote-unquote tall tale, it does actually exist. There are records. I did go back and I did find that there was an actual slave. They are not sure if her name was Molly or not, but there was a slave.
But how dare you go after her because he can't keep it in his pants?
I know. The more modern version is Molly and her boyfriend had an argument in the park, which ended up with him driving off and leaving her there, and Molly hung herself in the tree. Mind you, again, creepypasta, right?
Right.
Whichever reason, which closely resembles the truth, there are many reports of witnesses seeing Molly's form hanging from the tree. And it was dubbed Molly's Hollow. As of today,
Oh, God. I said the no-handed monkey bars.
I know. As of today, the tree has been removed and the sightings have died down, but there are still regular reports of people hearing her anguished screams.
Also, the fact that both stories end with a hanging is not great. Like, There has to be some truth to that, and I am sad about that.
I am too.
I don't like that at all.
My chair is stuck. There we go.
It's Molly.
It's not Molly, it's Frank.
Hey, Frank boy.
I'm wearing pants today. I hope you realize that.
I am too.
I never wear pants.
I'm wearing shorts.
Well,
because it's a heat wave here.
I mean,
we have a heat advisory.
It's a heat wave here too.
But you live in Texas.
I know.
That's not a heat wave. That's a heat fan. They just wave at you as they go by. Not again.
Well, we have a few more stops before we get to our spookiest place in Kansas. We got Old Abilene Town, built in 1857, previously called Mud Creek. The name didn't change to Abilene until 1860. Dwight Eisenhower moved there with his family and attended elementary school and high school. For now, it's become the haven for paranormal investigators since it has said that the spirits of the Old West haunt this town.
All right.
It's known as one of the most haunted places in Kansas, aren't they all? Disembodied voices are heard around the town frequently, and visitors have reported feeling cold spots and being touched by unseen hands.
Every time we talk about disembodied voices, I'm going to eat a Twizzler.
There's going to be a lot of those. There's some reports of apparitions of cowboys and other townspeople, and ghost tours happen here on a regular basis.
Sweet.
That was a quick one. This next one is a bit longer. Sally House, located in Atchison as well. Built between 1867 and 1871. There were a couple of different times. Cool. 69, 70. So I was like, just between these times.
The mid-ish portion of the 1800s.
Yes. Infamous for its ghostly presence, this home is said to be one of the most haunted houses in the United States. It is not. I've been to a lot of those. That's not. Previously occupied by the Finneys for more than a century. In 1993, Deborah and Tony Pickman moved in, and almost immediately strange activity began to begin.
Wonderful.
To start with, the family dog would bark at empty spaces. Then, their children's toys would start rearranging themselves.
No, thank you. I put them there for a reason. Don't touch.
The disturbances worsened over time, small fires breaking out in the house, and Tony was attacked.
Don't light it up, guys.
There's a little bit more, but I'm going to tell you why.
Why they're lighting it up?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So, Tony was the main person who was attacked. Their children and the wife in the house. He was the main person who was attacked, the male. So, you know, it has something to do with men, right?
Mm-hmm.
So his arm, stomach, and back were attacked. And prior to each attack, a cold spot would be experienced.
Naturally.
Sally was the girl who died in the house at the hands of a male doctor in the 1900s.
Hey.
She passed away tragically on an operating table in the home after a botched operation on her stomach after a burst appendix.
So he's trying to help her. No, he didn't kill her on purpose.
Right. Since the home has been occupied...
Sally, my girl, it's time to heal.
Since the home had been occupied by a single female resident for over 40 years prior to the Pickman family, it was suggested that Sally picked on Tony specifically because he was a man that reminded her of said doctor.
Girl, they did their best. Your appendix had burst. That is not a great thing. And in when was this? The 1800s?
Yeah.
Medical advancements aren't great. Like, you might have made it today, and we are sorry you did not. But can you leave people alone that don't deserve it?
Right.
It sounds like Tony's fine.
I mean, Tony was a great guy, but let's see here. Of course, normal things, voices, moving objects, mysterious footsteps, and ghost sightings of 3 ghosts in particular: Sally, an old woman who fell to her death in basement stairs, and a teenage boy with the mind of an 8-year-old.
Oh, that's sad. Also, the lady who fell down the stairs. Like, I get it. I get why you're there. But Sally, girl.
Right. There's a lot more information online about the Sally house. Do go visit if you do. It's $20. You can tour the whole house. However, you are not allowed to stay past the tour. You have to leave after.
You get in and GTFO.
Right.
Pay your $20 and go.
You cannot tour the basement alone. You can tour the whole house. But there is a person that guides through the basement where you cannot go alone due to things happening.
Wonderful. Well, because Basement Betty fell downstairs and she probably not very happy about it.
Probably not. I'm not going to do this one. Actually, you know what? Yeah, I'll do it. Stoll Cemetery, another cemetery, obviously.
Weird.
Located in rural Kansas.
Got you.
Is located in a tiny graveyard beside a crumbling church.
See? Graveyard, church, cemetery, no church.
Yes. So it's small, but considered one of the most haunted cemeteries in the country because of what happened to it. Oh, yeah. You ready? There is persistent rumors that witches or occult groups are still trying to use the church for dark rituals after dark. But you and I both know it's nothing.
Yeah, I was like, we ain't headed over into... We're using the moon for things, for like
Correct.
Fun and release and things like that, but ain't nobody doing dark shit.
I mean, we definitely use it for fun. In the 1800s, a gnarled pine on the property was used to hang witches. However, not long ago, the tree was struck by lightning and had to be cut down due to safety reasons. So that tree was still there.
Of course it was.
There's a trail that's right next to the graveyard called Devil's Road.
Oh, why is it always Devil's Road? He gets so much play.
I know. Not Lucifer. No, it has to be the devil. It is said that a man somehow
We could have called
managed.
it, wait, we could have called it Lucy's Lane. So much nicer.
That would be fun. I like that.
Luci, Lucy's Lane.
There you go.
Devil's Road. Unoriginal.
So it definitely has strange history. It is said a man somehow managed to set fire to his own son by accident. And yeah, and there's another man who was discovered hanging from a tree by the trail.
Do you know how long it takes to light something on fire on purpose?
Mm,
How do you accidentally set a person on fire?
correct. There's also
I
a
don't actually want to know the answer to that. I'm
uh,
just pondering aloud.
I'm not going to research it because I probably already
Okay.
have somebody from the NSA looking at my search history going, "The fuck is wrong with this bitch?"
What? On Tuesday, she looked up a recipe for jam. On Wednesday,
She looked up on how to disembody a corpse. I had to do that research so I can add it into one of the episodes. So, the most well-known story of this cemetery is a hidden flight of stairs with stone steps in the woods close to the church. The legend states that the entrance to these stairs opens on Halloween and on the spring equinox. Anyone
interesting options.
anyone who finds these stairs will descend them and find a gate to hell at the bottom. There are reports that at midnight on Halloween, the devil appears in the cemetery to visit the grave of a witch who bore him a child. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. This one is
Shouldn't
more.
she be in hell with him?
She should be.
She should be in hell with him. Why is he coming back here to be near her curb? My
I
guy.
don't
These stories, guys, do you listen to what you write down?
know.
Not you, but the research people.
This one's a creepypasta. I'm just gonna go past it.
Okay.
This one is called the Wagner Home, also known as the Gargoyle House. It's a private residence around the corner from the Gray Home that we talked about earlier.
Oh, yeah, okay.
It's not open to the public. However, it's a must-see, stunning brick home with amazing balconies and gargoyles on the roof.
Ooh, fun.
Do you want to know why it's popular?
Because it's haunted.
Because our favorite bagel hands went to go visit. The house was featured on the Travel Channel segment on Haunted Atchison, and the owner is said to have the previous owner, fell to his death when he was trying to remove the gargoyles from the roof, and he still haunts the property to this day.
Why were you taking them off their cool?
I know. I love gargoyles. We have the last hotel before we get to our actual spookiest place.
All right.
Ready?
Ready.
It's not the Wolf
Ish.
Lodge. It is the Wolf Hotel.
Oh.
Oh. If you want to stay in another haunted hotel, this is right up your alley, rated 10 out of 10 spookies. This is located in Ellenwood, Kansas. Ellenwood.
Ellenwood.
It's a hub for paranormal activity. It has been featured on Ghost Hunters and on Haunted America. It was built in 1894 and is noted as a historical hotel.
Nice. The Wolf Hotel.
Yes. It's got 30 rooms full of salesmen and guests traveling by railroad and the Santa Fe Trail.
Okay.
The hotel is now run like an Airbnb.
Oh.
Guests have access to living areas and kitchens, and people often leave their stories of ghostly encounters at the front desk's guest book.
Oh, I like that. I like a guest book.
I love a guest book. I love a good guest book. There is a ghost who haunts there named Bernard Millet, who died in the Sunflower Dining Room in 1927.
Bernie Millie!
Bernie Millet!
Get it, Bernie.
The hotel offers ghost
Bernard.
themes tours for those seeking a spooky experience.
All right, sweet.
Um,
That doesn't sound horrible.
no, not at all. And it's just mainly
It's just like your
run-of-the-mill.
run-of-the-mill spookies.
Yeah, I like how we both said run of the mill
Okay.
at the same time. You ready for the spookiest place?
I think I am sufficiently warmed up to be terrified. So sure.
Fort Leavenworth.
Of fucking course.
You thought I was gonna miss it.
I thought maybe.
Located obviously in
No, I
Leavenworth.
just
It was
obviously.
it was opened in 1827. It is still used as a military base to this day.
That's almost 200 years ago.
It holds distinction of being the oldest military post to the west of the Mississippi River and is considered one of the most haunted forts in the United States.
Mm, okay. I feel like
No,
there's a lot happening.
no one should be surprised. The oldest Euro-American settlement in Kansas is one of the most nation's haunted forts.
Makes sense.
There are reports of the most historic buildings and ghostly encounters of explained phenomenon from the military personnel and Fort Leavenworth itself. So I got four small little.
Sweet.
All right, so we have the Fort Leavenworth Cemetery. It's been in use
Mm-hmm.
since 1844, although it was not officially consecrated until 1862.
Interesting.
Catherine
Yeah, 20
Rich.
years of the dead.
Yes. Catherine Rich haunts the cemetery because her children, Mary and Ethan, fell into the Missouri River, which swept them away. Searchers failed to find them, but Catherine refused to believe the children had drowned. Instead, she searched everywhere, calling their names. At night, she would carry a lantern and eventually contracted pneumonia and died.
Isn't there like an old story about a lady in white who does that? And if you hear her, she's gonna kill you.
We're going to be covering that in October.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Her widowed husband, Hiram, returned to Indiana, but then the miracle occurred. Her friendly, the friendly, not her friendly, the friendly Fox Indians had discovered the children during their winter migration and returned to the fort the following spring, bringing their children with them.
Oh.
Catherine still searches for her lost children in death.
Wait, they found them dead, right?
They found them alive.
Oh, they found them alive.
Yeah.
Oh, I was like, they left, they brought those children back dead.
No, they found them alive. They kept them alive and brought them back. So she is the woman in white that you see
searching for her children who are actually alive. That's so tragic.
There's also an American Indian known as Chief Joseph from the Nez Perce, who is an actual person. He was.
I'm sorry. He's named Joseph?
Yes, Chief Joseph.
But why Joseph? Is that his actual name?
That's an actual
Or
name.
is that...
No, that was his actual name. His last name is Joseph. His first name was different, but his name is Chief Joseph, yes. Chief Joseph's original name was Himyaptu Yalakat. In Nez Perce, it means thunder rolling down the mountain, or thunder traveling to higher areas. Known as young Joseph during his youth because his father was senior elder, he was baptized with the same Christian name later and became known as Old Joseph or Joseph the Elder. He was incarcerated at Fort Leavenworth in 1877, and he is now said to haunt the cemetery as well after death.
Fair enough.
The second...
Fort incarceration seems bad.
Yes. Fort is definitely terrible. The second is the rookery.
The fuck is a rookery?
Let me ask. Darling.
Is it for hawks? It better be for hawks.
Yes. What is a rookery?
A rookery?
Yes.
I don't know. Let me look it up.
It's a dense collection of housing.
So it's not for hawks.
No.
That's a bummer.
I know.
Oh,
it'd be better.
But I literally looked up what's a rookery, and it says the Rookery, Leavenworth, Kansas. That's the first thing that comes up on my thing. Okay, Goog, that's creepy. All right, continue. Sorry.
Wait, what? Huh?
Rookery.
Colony of breeding rooks.
Where a shit ton of birds.
No, I don't think that's the case in
It's
this
birds?
case. I think it might be birds, but it's a building.
It's fucking birds. I'm going to be so happy because I'm already disappointed that it was not hawks.
Well, it's the oldest building on the fort itself. And it does also
birds.
yes, it's also containing another woman in white.
Y'all, do you know how hard it is to keep white clean?
She's
Pick a different color.
She's a young woman with unkempt hair and long fingernails. She's been known to fly through the structure wearing a long white gown. Meanwhile, at the address of 1618 Sepner, which is right next door, the lady in black helps around the house and cleans.
You know what? Smart woman. She's wearing black because it doesn't show the dirt.
Correct.
See? Point fucking made. Quit wearing white when you die.
However, she does not like babysitters or grandmothers.
Oh. Ugh. Okay. Weird.
The Frontier Army Museum offers a haunted Fort Leavenworth tour in October, and it lasts 2 hours and is appropriate for ages 10 and up, and it costs $25 per person. I did not like researching Kansas.
Yeah. Yeah, Kansas is... I don't know. There's a lot happening in Kansas.
I drove through Kansas. I stopped at a rest stop, and that was it. I did not want to stay long because I didn't have my guards up because I'm driving cross country. I had been driving for 16 and a half hours, got out of the car, took one step on the road, and I looked up, and there was just a dead person right there, and I went...
That was just so appreciate the welcoming committee, but also goodbye.
I just need to pee.
Pee in peace. Not in pieces.
Did you enjoy today's episode?
No. Like, yes, but no.
Right, same.
It was lovely presented, well researched, and utterly does not make me itch to go to Kansas.
Right.
But also, like, every time we do one of these, I'm like, oh, I'm not going there. We are significantly diminishing the number of states that I'm willing to go to, and it seems like it's going to be 0. I will go nowhere.
I mean, the states that I've gone to, I wouldn't mind going back.
Mm-hmm.
The states that we've covered that I've gone to, I will not be returning.
No, thank you.
No.
Enough is enough. Appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
But I thank you for putting together a lovely amalgamation of stories that all had a wonderful theme of disembodied voices and spoopy things.
We love us some spooky shit.
Scroopy facts.
Yes, scroopy. I had fun today. We will see everybody next time. Keep being spooky, keep being weird, and stay safe.
Don't wear white when you die. Bye!
Bye! Next time on the Pandemonium Witches.
All the warning signs. All the red flags.
Shrek recalled that as a young boy, he would sneak out of the house, armed with his father's bayonet, and would go to his second-grade teacher's house and watch her through the windows. When they got into a heated argument, upset, he stormed off and grabbed his grandfather's rifle, returned back to the kitchen, where she snapped, "You better not be shooting the damn birds again."
Mm-hmm.
At times he blamed the women he killed for hitchhiking, which he said was flaunting in my face the fact that they could do any damn thing they wanted, and society is screwed up already as it is. He stated that 2 beings inhabited his body, and that when the killer personality took over, it was kind of like blacking out.